Well, if you're a regular listener to the show, you'll know that I get a bit of a bee in my bonnet when people discount the importance of getting the best agent. And there are websites that are available, and I've mentioned it on the show again. I'm going to mention it again. It's called Open Agent. And these are the people who advertise on television that they're going to put you in touch with the best agent. Warning, I'm telling you that they don't put you in touch with the best agent. They simply put you in touch with a group of agents who've agreed to pay them a 20% referral fee. Okay. So the question is, how do you find the best agent, and how important is it anyway? Are all agents the same? I am now going to talk to one of what I believe is one of Brisbane's best agents, Adam Nobel, and Adam has his own team and works out of Space Property. Adam, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Kevin.
I want to talk to you about the difference between a great agent and just an average agent, and how important is it that we get the best agent to fit both my personality and my property?
I think it's extremely important, Kevin. It's very important that the listeners out there, if they're thinking of selling their home, that they do their research. I'd recommend that if they're thinking about auctioning their property or selling it by private treaty, that they go and investigate the agent themselves. I think it's dangerous to rely on a website, particularly if there's a bit of an agenda there behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The best thing is to see the action in agent, to ask them questions, to see how quickly they respond, to emails, phone calls, how their knowledge is of the area, what their success rate is at the auctions, how they work the floor. All these sorts of things are very important. The difference between a great agent and an average agent makes a huge difference to your sale price.
You made a very good point there, and that was how quickly do they respond to inquiry, because how quickly they respond to me about my inquiry to them is how quickly they're going to respond to a potential buyer who will make an inquiry about my property, which is very, very important, I believe.
Yeah, I agree.
So help me here, Adam. You mentioned a couple of great ways to find the best agent. To just expand on those a little bit more, because we talk about getting the best agent, but how do we know we are actually getting him? How do you measure it?
I think the agent has to be able to demonstrate. And on my website, I actually put case studies up of every single sale. You'll find that some agents will just put a testimonial up, but of course they're only going to put that up for the properties that did very well, or for the clients that were actually happy enough to give them a testimonial. For every property that I sell, I put a case study up online, and it illustrates the amount of views we had online, how many inspections we had, how many offers we had, and what the outcome was. You'll find that with all of them, they actually have given me a testimonial as well, which is great. I'm happy for my clients, or my future clients rather, to call my past sellers as well and ask for an actual reference, and not only for the ones that were the sort of glorious stories. This year I've auctioned 10 properties, and 9 of them have sold prior to the auction or on the auction day for the reserve or above, but one hasn't, and I'd be happy for future sellers to call that person as well and ask what their experience is and whether they're happy with me.
It's always a good measure. I just want to correct something I said earlier too, and it was very sexist. I said, so how do you find the best agent, referring to him? Now, I've got to make a point that there are very good female agents too, before the phones go crazy, and they're bound to. There are some great male and female agents. Adam, I want to pick up, while I've got you on a point that was made recently about price, getting the best price. And Terry Ryder made the point that he says it doesn't make any difference. Does it really make a difference? Are there some agents who will get you a better price than others?
Yeah, absolutely. So I like Terry Ryder. I subscribe to his website, and I've bought one of his books and so on. But I think on this point, that yes, there is a huge difference between agents, and a great agent will get a better price. And I think he made the point that a seller could sell a property by himself without the need for an agent, that he could do just as well. And I think that's not quite right. In some instances it might be if you pick the wrong agent. But no, I recently got appointed to sell a property where an owner wanted 1.1 million, and basically we were running an auction campaign. Within a week, it was a week left actually in the campaign. We had a couple of offers, the highest being 980,000. The owner didn't want to do a building and pest report, and it was in an area where every single agent and their client provides them, which is quite unusual. So we needed to do that, and they didn't want to do it, and eventually they agreed to do one. When we did that, we automatically got a further 3 offers within 24 hours. We got an offer of $1,075,000, so we're 25,000 away from their wish price. They said to me, go back to the buyer, tell them we want 1.1. If you can get them to 1.1, we're selling. I said to my clients that I don't think that we should do that, that you should just basically let me talk to them, see if we can get them to the auction, see if they'll open the bidding at $1,075,000. They agreed with me after I had my one-on-one meeting with this buyer, and I knew that they were going to come and bid. Long story short, we got to the auction. They set their reserve at 1.1. We had very strong bidding from a number of bidders. The auction stopped at $1,180,000. So we were 80,000 above the reserve. The auctioneer and I then went and talked to the sellers and said, let's announce it on the market to try and get more money, because it stopped basically there. The bidding then continued, so the strategy worked. We got it up to $1,222,000. So we were $122K above the wish price that they wanted to accept a few days earlier, which meant $90,000 net more cash in their pocket. Now, had they gone and done it themselves, they would have taken the 1.1 if they could get it there, and they would have been ecstatic, and everyone would have said, well done, and you've saved $30,000 on commission and so on and so forth. But in fact, by listening to their trusted advisor, they were better off by $90,000 net.
Yeah, it gets back to a very delicate point, and that is the agent knowing what they're doing, understanding what the auction process is. I mean, you're right. There would have been many agents who simply would have put that deal together, probably at 1.1. And sold it prior to auction. But look, there are many great points you've made. We're out of time, unfortunately, Adam, but always great talking to you. Adam Nobel, and he is with Space Property. Check it out. Mobile number, can we give that out on air?
Yeah, thank you. It's 0417 007 001.
Okay, 007 001 with an 0417 in front. Adam Nobel has been my guest. Adam, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Have a great day.